my article in the previous example didn't even exist. Zillow's article came up first. So my article, whatever she was searching, so that could be anything from school, like, you know, give me school systems in Garfield, New Jersey. Give me, I don't know, the history of the government, the taxes.
So you create an algorithm or something in Google to make it first?
You're creating content. You are creating content. You're creating a comprehensive blog post, maybe a video, maybe a social media page, whatever it might be. Okay? And then, so in this example, when it's your content that is not even better than Zillow's, but just maybe more specific or comprehensive than Zillow's.
Okay.
Yeah. So like, I mean, Zillow's not going to write an article about Garfield.
So that will pop out first?
Yes. And then so you essentially cut ahead of Zillow, okay? So at that point, you're describing the cities, schools, streets, roads, you know, all that good stuff. Now, since we're on my website, we're going to be browsing the market. We want to see kind of what the prices are like, what the market's like. Now we're going to see my listings. Okay, we're going to see the listings that I have, or the houses that I'm even showing that are not my actual technical listings, but just houses that I'm willing to show and sell. And then they input data into my website, not Zillow's website, but my website. So now I don't have to pay Zillow $150 for that email address because they put it directly into my website. So I get it automatically into my email. I can just call them up, and it's essentially a free lead. Make sense so far?
Yeah.
So Jack, this actually applies to you similarly where...
I was thinking about that when you said blog and the article specifically told.
Yeah, so like if you have the right content and you're kind of enticing the right audience,
right,
and you're able to bring people to your site, then you're going to get essentially free leads. Right. Okay, so right now, wherever you're buying leads from, just replace that with Zillow in this example. You want to cut ahead of those people that are getting the leads before you.
Yeah.
You want to be the lead generator.
So that because people are going to click on the first thing, then they see it, and that's how they're going to
Yes.
contact
The
you.
thing that's relevant, the article that's relevant.
Right. So be the relevant article, be the first thing that they're seeing, and then you'll always cut ahead of them.
So I got a question about
Yeah.
that because they have a lot of content out there, right? So especially on Google,
Yeah.
they have a lot of keywords and stuff. How is he gonna get ahead of those keywords if it gotta be paying for Google for those keywords?
Okay, so this is what is kind of difficult about Zillow is that they have a team. Right? Like, they have all the money, they have the resources to
Yeah.
write all these blog posts. But I'll tell you, Zillow's not investing money in Garfield real estate. Okay? They're investing money in like Bergen County real estate, maybe, like trying to get those keywords. So you have to be more specific, you have to be more niche. Okay, you have to kind of find a way around their traditional marketing efforts and then be the one that's kind of overpowering that. It's gonna take a little bit of creativity, it's gonna take a little bit of time.
Yeah.
But if you're doing it and you're cutting ahead of Zillow, the fruits of that are gonna be huge. Because now, instead of Zillow getting like 100 leads per day, for example, I mean, it's probably a low number, you're gonna be getting maybe 10 of those leads per day. If you're getting 10 leads per day as a realtor, you're doing
Yeah.
super well, you know?
Yeah.
So, that's kind of the process. Does that make sense so far?
Yeah, it does.
So, after that, if you are doing that whole thing for a year and over, the process is going to look like if I need a home, I don't even have to go onto Google or Zillow or anything because you would have been such a good marketer this entire year that I literally know to just come to you or me, whoever it is, whoever I want to buy a house from, you already know who you're buying a house from. So like in this example, say I'm the realtor.
Yeah.
And for the last year, I've been posting blog content, social
Yeah.
media content, video content, all this good stuff, okay? Now, Carla wants to buy a home, she's gonna automatically know, oh, Nick, he's the best
Yeah.
realtor around. I know he's
Yeah.
gonna be able to sell me the best home.
Okay.
I know he's gonna be able to list my house at the best price, whatever it is. So then they know how you work, okay, because I posted maybe content about me working with other clients, testimonials about how I'm performing, stuff like that. And then eventually, Carla's gonna be very eager to work with me after that whole process. We got Boris coming in. Boris, what's up?
Hi, Boris.
Hey, boy, how you doing?
Boris, this is Magnum, Jeff, and Carla.
Oh, good.
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
So we're talking about Zillow right now. We're actually wrapping up a little bit, like a little shortly. We're gonna do some like more in-depth Q&A because the Zillow topic doesn't really apply to everyone so kind of in depth, but it's still very good content.
Yes.
And actually, yeah, that's actually it so far.
Yay!
So ultimately, so big idea here is Zillow and other okay, so Zillow includes like Trulia and all these other kind of
Yeah, Trulia.
listing sites and everything.
Yeah.
Their big thing is the blog, the content, the infrastructure, the marketing, the site, okay? And if you just build something that's even a fraction of that, then you can cut ahead of them, okay? And then you're gonna be able to get those leads that Zillow should have been getting that you should have been paying $150 for. Literally, the same exact lead coming in through your website, just directly, and the one coming through Zillow, the price on Zillow is like $150, $200. If it comes through your site directly, then it's essentially free. It's essentially the price that you put in to make that blog, to make that video, whatever it was that captured their interest at first. And then after we saw the example, so if you're doing that for a year plus, okay, then it just becomes, you're like a famous person. Okay, I want to sell my house. I know exactly that I want to go to Carlo.
Like the Instagram people or the YouTubers.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, you want to be like an influencer.
Basically,
Yeah.
they're the same.
Think about like Ryan Serhant, okay, $1 Million Listing.
Yeah, right.
He doesn't have to do any marketing. Everyone knows him. Okay.
Everyone knows him.
Everyone knows that if I want to sell my
Yeah.
$1 Million Listing in Manhattan, like if I give it to Ryan, he's gonna do the best price.
Yes.
Okay. You want to be the Ryan Serhant of your neighborhood. I want to be the Ryan Serhant of Bellevue. Carlo wants to be the Ryan Serhant of Hackensack or Woodbridge, whatever. And then if you do that well, then you're basically cutting ahead of all the other lead generating platforms that then want to sell you those leads for 4, 5, 10x. Okay, you're saving money, you're essentially building a platform on your own, you're cutting ahead of Zillow. The only downside is that it takes a little bit of time, it takes a little bit of patience, because you do have to put in that initial work to make it really work. So Jeff, you're already like super close to this because you have your website up. You have like that little bit of a brand up. Like I saw. So Jeff, right here, yeah.
Oh yeah, good. What's
So-
the name of your website?
It's Garden State Home Buyers.
So I checked out the site. It was awesome. Like you have the forms and everything there. You have the infrastructure in place to do this well. Now it's just a matter of getting that website in front of the right people, like in front of the right audience.
That's good. So you have to create content.
Well, yeah, I have content. I actually, I'm not sure if I told you, I found an attorney, I think he's a bankruptcy attorney, but he does foreclosure as well. And he has a series of articles that are really very specific and very good. I have to hire a VA to rewrite them, because I don't
Okay.
want to utilize.
Right. Yeah. We talked about this, right? Because you wanted to kind of copy the blog content, but in a different way. That way you can kind of
My
essentially
articles.
profit off it. Yeah.
I don't want to have to refer to him.
Right.
And then can I get a glass of water?
Yeah.
I haven't done that yet.
Okay, good. But you have the mindset that you know exactly what has to be done for it to work out. You know what I mean?
I just need to hire someone to do it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, collaboration. We're always we'll talk. But yeah, that's essentially like you have the right idea, which is already like you're already like 5 steps ahead of like so many other people because like they don't even think like the amount of real estate professionals that are happy spending thousands and thousands of dollars to Zillow per month just makes me sad because like all that money, like every time you feed Zillow more money for this stuff, you're just giving them more resources to then beat you out even more. Like I'm giving you money so that way you can make me pay you even more because you're becoming bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I mean.
It's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. Like
I mean, each zip code, they want like $1,000.
yeah, it's absurd. Like people I know are like paying like over like 6 figures like for Zillow, which is just like to me like absolutely insane. But
Well, they would take
But
that
people
6
don't
figure.
know.
right, they don't know, and like they
Like
just think that
their
it
own site.
because it'll work like in the very short term, and if you keep paying, it'll work.